Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our production of Oliver Twist.
Is it worth the waiting for? If we live till 84, all we ever get is Gru. Well, every day we say our prayer. Will they change the bill of fare? Still we get the same old Gru. Well, there's not a crust, not a crumb. Can we find? Can we beg? Can we borrow or cash? But there's nothing to stop us from getting a thrill when we all close our eyes and imagine food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard while we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard, cheese pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys, indigestion. Food, glorious food. We're anxious to try it. 3 banquets a day, our favorite diet. Just picture a great big steak, fried, roasted or stewed. Oh, food, wonderful food, marvelous food, glorious food. Food, glorious food. Don't care what it looks like, burned, underdone, crude. Don't care what the cook's like, just thinking of growing fat. Our senses go reeling. One moment of knowing that, full up feeling. Food, glorious food. What wouldn't we give for that extra bit more? That's all that we live for. Why should we be fated to do nothing but brood on food? Magical food, marvelous food, fabulous food, beautiful food, glorious food. For what you are about to receive, may the Lord make you truly thankful.
Amen.
Proceed.
I want some more. Teacher, I want some more.
More! Snatch him!
Hold him,
Scold him!
pounce him, trounce him, pick him up and bounce him.
Wait! Before we put the lad to task, may I be so curious as to ask his name?
Oliver.
Oliver. Never before has a boy wanted more.
Oliver. Won't ask for more when he knows what's in store.
There's a dark, thin, winding stairway without any banister, which will throw him down and feed him on cockroaches served in a canister. Oliver. What will he do when he's turned black and blue? He will curse the day somebody named him Oliver. And never before has a boy wanted more. Oliver.
Or when he knows what's in store.
There's a sooty chimney well overdue for a sweeping out, which will push him up. And one day next year with the rats will come creeping out. Oliver.
Oh, Linda!
What will he do in this terrible stew? He will rue the day somebody named him
Oliver! Collect his belongings and bring him back to me when you've done. To bed, all of you!
Mark my words, Mrs. Corney. That boy was born to be hung. I've never been so shocked in all my days.
Hush, Mr. B. You have had quite the turn, and I fancy you might enjoy a little drop of something special.
Oh, what is it?
Why, it's what I'm obliged to keep a little of in the house to put into the blessed infant's medicine when they ate well and are not deceive you, Mr. B. It's gin.
Well, you are a humane woman, Mrs. Corney. It's nice to be appreciated, Mrs. Corney. These paupers in this parish, they don't appreciate me. Anti-parochial they are, ma'am. Anti-parochial. You know, we've given away a matter of 26 loaves and a cheese and a half this very afternoon, and still them paupers is not contented.
Of course they're not. When would they be, sweet Mr. Bumble?
Oh, very sweet indeed, ma'am.
Bless you.
You still keep a cat, ma'am?
Yes, and kittens too. I'm so fond of them that you can't imagine, Mr. Bumble. They are so happy, so cheerful, so happy, so cheerful, so frolicsome that they are quite companions for me.
Very nice animals indeed, and so very domestic.
So very fond of their home too, that it's really quite a pleasure, I'm sure.
Mrs. Corney, ma'am, I mean to say this, that any cat or kitten that could live with you and not be fond of its home is an idiot, ma'am, and don't deserve to live in it.
Oh, Mr. Bumble!
It's no use discussing facts, ma'am. An idiot. I would drown it myself with pleasure.
Then you're a cruel man, and a very hard-hearted man besides.
Hard-hearted, Mrs. Corney. Hard? Are you hard-hearted, Mrs. Corney?
Dear me, what a curious question coming from a single man. What can you want to know for, Mr. B? Oh, Mr. Bumble, I shall scream.
No, you wouldn't. Hey-ho! If I wanted something special, then you couldn't say no. Did I nearly catch you smiling? Yes, I did, and it's beguiling. If your hand is close, I'll press it. Yes, you like it, come confess it. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I shall scream till they hasten to my rescue. I shall scream.
Since there's nobody that's near us who could see us or could hear us, if I ask you, can I kiss you? Say, what will my pretty miss do?
I shall scream.
If I pinched you 1 pinch from your shy protective shell, can I uninch you 1 inch? Will my blithesome buxom beauty let a suitor do his duty? This lap ain't very large, dear. Sit upon it, there's no charge, dear. Will you sit?
No, I shan't.
Will you sit?
I shall scream for the safety of my virtue. I shall scream, though your knee is rather cozy. See, my cheeks are getting rosy. You would have me in your power if I sat here for an hour.
I shall scream.
I brought the boys and his belongings, ma'am.
Well, I'd best be off and see what I can get for this young scoundrel.
Make sure you get a good price for him, Mr. Bumble.
One boy for sale, he's going cheap. 27 guineas, that or thereabouts. One boy, rather pale, from lack of sleep. Feed him gruel dinners, stop him getting stout. If I should say he isn't very greedy, I could not, I'd be telling you a tale. One boy for sale, come take a peep. Have you ever seen as fine a boy for sale? Liberal terms, Mr. Sowerby, liberal terms. £3.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was needing a boy.
Good, then it's settled. One parochial apprentice. £3, please.
If you don't mind, cash upon liking, Mr. Bumble. Cash upon liking. Mr. Strawberry!
What is it?
You must stand over there. Hold up your head, sir.
Will, what do you want? What is it? Oh, Mr. Bumble.
My dear, I've told Mr. Bumble that we may consider taking in this boy to help in the shop.
Dear me, he's very small.
She is rather small, there's no denying it, Mrs. Sowerby. But he'll grow, ma'am, he'll grow.
I dare say he will on our rentals and our drink. The waste of time these workhouse boys, they always cost more to keep than what they're worth. Still, you men always think you know best.
But there's an expression of melancholy on his face, which would make him a delightful coffin follower. I don't mean a regular coffin follower to attend the grown-ups, but only for the children's practice. It would be very novel to have a follower in proportion, my son.
It's a possibility. Very well then. Boy, what's your name?
Oliver Twist, Mom.
A singular name?
Aye, ma'am, and one of my own choosing.
Yours, Mr. Bumble.
Mine, Mrs. Sowerby. We name our fondlings in alphabetical order. The last was an S. Swubble, I named him. This was a T. Twist, I named him.
And often then, Mr. Bumble?
Oh, indeed, Mrs. Sowerby. The child's mother came to us, destitute, brings the child into the world, takes one look at him, and promptly dies without leaving so much as a forwarding name or address.
Well then, Oliver Twist, do you think you could look like that gentleman up there?
Maybe. Perhaps by the tall hat.
Never mind about tall hats.
These things must be done proper and correct. Get the boy a tall hat. Stand underneath the picture, boy.
Delightful.
Very becoming.
Yes, for once, Henry, you might have had a decent idea. Can you keep the expression for a long time, boy, with crowd watching you?
Yes, ma'am. I think so.
He's a born undertaker's muse. I can see him in a black silk suit, following behind the funeral procession with his features fixed in a suitable expression. There'll be horses with tall black plumes to escort us to the family tombs, with mourners in all corners who've been talked to, we've been to. Then the coffin lined with satin, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Large enough to wear your hat in, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
We're just here to glamorize you for that endless sleep. You might just
looking back and
when you're 6 feet deep.
At the wake will drink a toddy to the body river.
That's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
No.
If you're fond of overeating, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Starve yourself by undereating, that's your funeral.
That's my funeral.
Vision on earth deciding on you club by club. You can come back when you're burning underneath the sub.
We will not read love prices, keep your vice as usual. That's your funeral.
That's our funeral.
That's your funeral.
Very well then. That's your job. Jay the coffin fowler, have you eaten yet?
No, ma'am, not since.
Charlotte! Charlotte!
What?
Bring in some of them cold bits we put out for the dog. It hasn't been in all day, so it can go without them. I dare say the boy ain't too dainty to eat them. Are you, boy? Charlotte, this is the new boy. Give them to him.
That's all there is.
Charlotte, don't just stand there. Pull down the blinds. Henry, get to bed.
A superb effect, the more I think about it. A follower in proportion.
Have you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. The dog's got to have a next. Now then, Oliver Twist, your bed's under the counter. You don't mind sleeping on my coffins, I suppose? But it doesn't much matter whether you do or don't. You can sleep nowhere else.
Where is love? Does it fall from skies above? Is it underneath the willow tree that I've been dreaming of? Where is she? Who I close my eyes to see? Will I ever know the sweet hello that's meant for only me? Who can say where she may hide? Must I travel far and wide till I am beside the someone who I can mean something to? Where is love? Who can say where she may hide? Must I travel far and wide till I am beside the someone who I can mean something to? Where is love?
Charlotte, open the door, will ya? Charlotte, open the door.
I will directly, sir.
Are you the new boy?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
11, sir.
And I'll whop you one when I get in. You just see if I don't, you little workhouse brat.
Did you knock, sir?
I kicked.
Did you want a coffin, sir?
No. But you'll be wanting one before very long if you start shrieking your superiors. You don't know who I am, I suppose, workhouse.
No, sir. I can't say as I do.
I'm Mr. Noah Claypole, and you're under me. So open up the blinds, you idle young scallywag.
No, I saved a nice little bit of bacon for you for Master's breakfast. Oliver, pull up a chair for Mr. Noah, then take them bits and go over in the corner and eat them. And make haste. Carl, they want you to mind the shop. Do you hear?
Do we work, eh?
Here's your bacon, Noah.
Oh, nice and greasy, just how I like it. What are you staring at, work-ass?
Noah, leave the boy alone.
Leave him alone? I'm giving the boy a change, you silly thing. Everyone left him alone. His father left him alone. His mother left him alone. They all left him alone. He said, do you old kind old Noah?
I better go downstairs. Something's burning.
Work-ass, how's your mother?
You leave mother out of it, she's dead.
Oh, what did she die of? Shortage of breath?
It's dead, she died of a broken heart.
Well told her, rolled her right for Larry, work-ass. What's got you a snivelling now?
Better not say anything more, see.
Better not say anything more, see. The work-ass secret. You know something, work-ass? Your mother was a regular right-down baddard.
What did you
And
say?
it's a good thing she died when she did, or she'd have been shipped off to Australia or hung from the gibbeters like as not. Oh! Out, Charlotte! Out! This is you for the murdering of me!
Oh, you ungrateful mortal little
Put him in here. Get the leg quick. Noah, run and get help. Charlotte, water quick.
Oh my gosh, she's going off.
Oh, Charlotte, we could all been royal in our best water. Oh, I wanted a drink, you stupid girl. Oh, Charlotte, what's to become of us?
Found the beetle!
Oh, Mr. Bumble.
Oh, Mr. Bumble.
Where is this audacious young savage?
He's
Oliver!
You let me out of here.
Do you know this here voice, Oliver?
Yes, I do.
And ain't you afraid of it, Oliver? Ain't you a trembling while I speak, Oliver?
No, I'm not.
The boy must be mad. No one in half his sense could venture to speak to you like that.
It's not madness, ma'am. It's meat.
What?
Meat, ma'am, meat. You've overfed him. You've raised an artificial soul and spirit in the boy, unbecoming of his station in life.
Dear me, this is what comes of over generous.
If you kept the boy on groom, man, this never would have happened.
Oh, Henry, that boy Oliver, you have no idea what's been up to. We have to lock him up.
No.
Who's in there? That coffin should not have been occupied until tomorrow. It's reserved for a very important client.
You've been drinking.
Right, you young scallywag. What's your explanation?
You call mother name.
Well, and what if he did? She probably deserved what was said and worse.
She didn't.
She did.
It's a lie.
Oh! He's gone!
Who's gone?
Oliver, he went off.
3 pounds of mine. Run off. After him.
Food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard, while we're in the mood. Cold jelly and custard.
What you staring at? Ain't you never seen a trough before?
No, never.
That's all right, don't worry about it. Hungry?
Starving.
Yeah, catch. Tired?
I've been walking 7 days.
7 days? Running away from the beak then you must be.
So what?
Don't tell me you don't know what a beak is, you flash mate.
A pizza good.
My eyes are green. A beak is a magistrate, for your information. Who are you running away from then? Your old man?
No, I'm an orphan. I've come to London to make my fortune.
Oh, well, have you?
Yes.
Got any lodgings?
No,
Money?
not a farthing. You live in London.
Well, I'm at home. Here. I suppose you want some place to stay tonight, don't you? I know a certain place. There's a respectable old gentleman who'll give you lodgings for nothing and never ask for the change. That is, if any other gentleman he knows introduces it. Does he know me? I should say he does. Not half he don't, and some.
Who is a respectable gentleman? Is he a cherry gentleman?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that. Not exactly. But if I introduce someone, it's all right on account of I happen to be a particular favourite. Mr. Fagin. That's his name. Mr. Fagin. Here, if I'm introducing you to Fagin, I better know who you are, my old China.
My name's Oliver, Oliver Twist.
And my name is Jack Dawkins. Better known among my more intimate friends as the Artful Dodger.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Dawkins.
Come to think of it, I ain't got no intimate friends. Still, what's the difference? You're coming with me.
Are you sure Mr. Fagin won't mind?
I ain't. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself one of the family. We've taken to you so strong, it's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself well in. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares? Whatever we got, we share. If it's a chance to be, we should see some harder days. Empty larder days. Why grass? Always a chance we'll meet somebody to foot the bill. Then the drinks are on the earth. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can stay. Consider yourself one of us. Consider yourself
At home,
Consider yourself
one of the family.
we've taken to you.
So strong.
It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself well in. Consider yourself part of the furniture.
There isn't a lot to spare.
Who cares? Whatever we got, we share. Nobody tries to be la-di-da and uppity. Here's a cup of tea for all. Only it's wise to be handy with a rolling pin when the landlord comes to call. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can stay. Consider yourself one of us. Fagin! Fagin!
What?
I've brought a new friend to see you. Oliver Twist.
Sir,
I hope I shall have the honour of your intimate acquaintance. We're very glad to see one of her, very. Aren't we, my dear?
Oliver has come to London to seek his fortune.
You've come to London to seek your fortune. Well, we must see what we can do to help you. Are you hungry?
starving.
Would you like a sausage? Charlie, take off the sausages. Dodger, drop a chair near the fire for Oliver.
Fagin, these sausages are moldy.
Shut up and drink your gin. Ah, you're just staring at the pocket handkerchiefs. There are quite a few of them, ain't there? We just hung them out ready for the wash. The wash, that's all, Oliver, that's all.
Is this a laundry then, sir?
Well, not exactly, my dear. I suppose the laundry would be a very nice thing indeed, but our line of business pays a little better, don't it, boys?
Not half.
If I say it does.
You see, Oliver, in this life, one thing counts in the bank, large amounts. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. You've got to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You've got to pick a pocket or two.
Larger amounts
Don't grow
grow on trees. You gotta
pick a pocket or two.
Let's show Oliver how to do it, my dears. Why should we break our backs stupidly paying tax? Better get some untaxed income. Better pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Why should
Why should we all break our backs?
that?
Better pick a pocket or two.
Dear old Jeet, passing by, something nice takes his eye. Everything's clear, check the rear, get in and pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Have no fear, attack the rear.
You
Get
gotta
in, pick a pocket or two.
When I see someone rich, both my thumbs start to itch. Only to find some peace of mind, I have to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Just to find some
find a
peace of
piece.
mind.
I had to pick a pocket or two.
two.
Just to find some peace of mind, we had to pick a pocket or two. Hey, put them all back in the box. I said all of them. Nipper, come here. What a crook. I hope you've all been hard at work today, my dears.
Hard?
As nails.
What have you got for me, Dodger?
A couple of wallets.
Well done, I hope.
Only the best.
Not as everything might be, but very nicely made. Ingenious workman, ain't he, Oliver?
Did he make it himself?
Yeah, with his only really light hands.
You be quiet, Charlie. And what have you got, my dear?
Nose wags.
Well, they're very good ones, very. You haven't embroidered the initials too well, though, Charlie. HRH. You'll have to learn to do that, Oliver, my dear, won't you, boys? And you'll have to learn how to make wallets like the Dodger and Charlie here. You'd like that, wouldn't you, my dear?
Yes, Mr. Fagin, if you'll teach me.
Certainly, my boy, no fee. Just do everything you see Dodger and Charlie do. Make them your models, my dear, especially Dodger. He's going to be a right little Bill Sykes.
Who's sight, Mr. Fagin?
All in good time, Oliver, all in good time. Now then, tell me, can you see my silk handkerchief? What is protruding from my pocket?
Yes, sir.
See if you can take it from me without my noticing it, like you saw the others do. Rum dum 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 bum 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 skitterai tie 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 dum dum. You've got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Is it gone?
Yes, sir. It's in my hand.
I don't believe it. You're a clever boy, my dear. I never saw a sharper lad. Here's a shilling for you. I have to go to the bank.
Where shall I sleep, sir?
Here, my dear, by the warm, I'll get you a nightcap.
Yes, please.
All right. Settle down. Dodger, take your head off in bed. Where are your manners? Yes, Oliver. You're quite the gentleman now. You've got a shilling on credit. You've got a home, a profession. If you go on this way, you'll be the greatest man of all time. You've got to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Bill? At this time? A bit late, isn't it? I mean, people are trying to sleep around here. I don't know. Where's the consideration these days? Where's the common decency? I'll have to give him a peace of mind, I will. Bill, what a pleasure to see you. Can I help you? Oh, I say, that is lovely, Bill. Shame there's only one of them, because if you'd had a nice matching pair. But you knew that, didn't you, Bill? You're a professional, you are. Always have been. Oh, Bill, that is a beautiful teapot. Pity everyone's drinking coffee these days, but as soon as I put a hallmark on it, there's a bob or two in that, all right? Blimey, Bill, how'd you do it, eh? What else have you got in here? A grand piano? Yeah, Bill, ugly and E. I mean, so is that the lot then? What? Oh, Bill, a ring for me? You shouldn't have. This is all very sudden. I shall have to shave. Costume jewellery, still won't be able to pass it off. Well, I have enjoyed our little chat. Good night, Bill. Cash, Bill? What me? Keep cash around here with all these young seeds about? I wouldn't dare. I got to price the stuff first, proper and correct. Tomorrow, Bill, usual place, 3 cripples. That's a promise. It's a promise, Bill. Oh, yes, candlesticks tray. Drinking coffee, eh? Now, let's have a look at you, shall we? Come on, out you come on, now you're in there. Typical, still, one of these days. Not today, in you go then, and you too. Here, hang about a minute. Hello. You ain't no costume Julie, are you, my son? Oh, no. You are something special. Royal Mahara, you are. Yeah, you don't belong in there with all the common riffraff, do you? No, you should be living in a palace, somewhere special. And it just so happens that Fagin has a very special place for you to stay. In here, with all the other royal and proper ladies and gentlemen. What is going to look after Fagin in his old age and retirement? Mahara, meet your new family. They're all just sparkling to meet you. Who do we have here then, huh? Meet the Duchess. Hello, how do you do? I'm doing very well indeed, thank you very much. I am the Mahara, and I am looking after Fagin. We're going to do nicely, ain't we? And you must meet some of the other lovely ladies here. She's a pearl, she's a nice girl. And ooh, look, She brought along our sisters and all. They're all stringing along together. No, Your Honor. It wasn't me. I never did nothing. It was Bill Sykes. He stole it all, he did. Me? I was just looking after it. See, I was gonna give it all away. All this stuff, yeah, to the poor I was. Give it all away to orphan boys of this world. Like this one here. Ah! What are you awake? What did you see? Quick, speak. I want to hear every detail you saw.
I'm sorry, so I couldn't sleep.
Were you awake a quarter of an hour ago?
No,
10 minutes ago?
not that I know of.
Be sure.
Sure.
All right then. If you're sure, I'm sure. Of course, I knew all along, my dear. I only tried to frighten you. Did you see any of those pretty things, my dear?
Yes, sir.
They're mine, Oliver. My private property. It's all I got to live on in me old age. It's a terrible thing, Oliver, old age.
Make it up, sir.
Certainly, my dear, certainly. There's a basin of water over there. You can have a wash.
But I had a wash yesterday.
Well, today's your birthday. Wash.
Come on, Bet.
Nancy.
Lummy and Slam.
It's Nancy. Wake up, boys. The ladies are here.
Ladies, cool, hark him.
We'll have less of that if you don't mind. Where's the gin, Fagin?
All in moderation, my dear. All in moderation. Too much gin can be a dangerous thing for a pure young girl.
And what's wrong with danger then, Mr. Fagin? After all, it's the only excitement we have, and who would deny us that small pleasure? Some more pleasures, who would deny us these?
Not me.
Gin toddies, large measures, no skimping if you please. I rough it, I love it, life is a game of chance. I never tire of it, leading this merry dance. If you don't mind, have to go without things, it's a fine life.
It's a fun life.
Life.
Though it ain't all joy and pleasure ends, it's a fine life.
It's a
It's a
fun life.
Life.
When you've got someone to love, you forget your care and strife. Let the bruise look down, lest the world won't frown. It's a fine, fine life. Ain't that right, Bet?
Yeah, that's right, Nancy. Who cares if straight laces sneer us in the street? Fine airs and fine graces.
Don't have to sin to eat.
We wander through London.
Who knows what we may find?
There's pockets left undone on many a behind.
If you don't mind, take it as it turns out. It's a fine life.
It's a fine life.
Life.
Keep the candle burning until it burns out. It's a fine life.
It's a fine life.
Life.
So you sometimes do come by the occasional black eye. You can always cover one till he blacks the other one, but you don't dare cry.
No flounces, no feathers, no frills and furbelows. All winds and all weathers ain't good for fancy clothes.
These trappings,
These tatters, these we can just afford.
what future?
What matters?
We
got a better Lord.
If you don't mind having to deal with Fagin, it's a fine life.
It's a fine
Fine
life.
life.
So disease rats threaten to bring the plague in, it's a fine life.
It's a fine
Fine
life.
life.
So the grass is green and dense on the right side of the fence. And we take good care of it, that we get our share of it, and we don't
Yes.
If you don't mind after like a lumpet, it's a fine life.
It's a fine
Life.
Though there's no tea, stuffy and crumpet, it's a fine life.
It's a fine
Fine life.
Life.
Not for me, the happy home, happy husband, happy wife. Though it sometimes touches me, for the likes of such as me, mine's a fine,
fine life.
Yeah, who's this then, Blake?
And ladies, I forgot. You must meet our new lodger, Master Oliver Twist, Esquire.
Charm.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
Oh yes, we're all ladies and gentlemen here. We're all quality. Oh yes.
Oh, don't you take no notes, Oliver, just 'cause you got manners and they ain't. You want no quality sort, none of ya. Dodger,
Yeah,
have you seen them way them quality gentlemen treat their
of
ladies?
course I am.
Shall we show them how it's done?
Definitely.
Go on, Nancy. Give us the free show.
So, how's it go then, Dodger? It's all bowed and hats off,
Don't let your petticoats tangle in the mud, my darling.
and I'll go last.
No, I'll go last. I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you mean everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile. Anywhere for your smile. Everywhere I'd see.
Would you climb a hill?
Anything,
Wear a daffodil?
anything,
Leave me all your will?
anything.
Even fight my bill?
What, fisticuffs? I'd risk everything for one kiss. Everything, yes, I'd do anything. Anything for you.
Go on, Nancy. Give Oliver a go.
Alright, you do everything you saw a dog to do, and I'll help you with the words. I do anything for you, dear. Anything for you mean everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile. Anywhere for your smile. Everywhere I'd see.
Would you lace my shoe?
Anything.
Paint your face bright blue?
Anything.
Catch a kangaroo?
Anything.
Go to Timbuktu?
And back again, I'd risk everything for one kiss. Everything, yes, I do anything,
Anything?
anything for you.
Would you rob a shop?
Anything.
Would you risk the drop?
Anything.
Though your eyes go pop
Anything.
when you come down plop.
And anything. We rest
rest life and limb.
and we
You in the
to
swim.
swim.
Yes,
Yes, we
we do.
do anything.
Anything?
Anything for you.
All right then, lads. The first thing you can do for me is get to work. Can't have you lying about here all day. There's rich pickings on them streets.
Fagin, we was all gonna go see the hanging.
You'll be hanged yourself in time, don't worry. Nancy, honey, you better get back before Bill wakes up.
Yeah, you're right. Listen here, you lot, especially you, Oliver. Don't get hung to tar, you lot.
So, Nancy.
Ta-ta, Nancy. Bye, Bet.
Oliver, you can go with Dodger. You have to begin sometime, and believe me, you couldn't make a finer start. Good luck on your first job, my dear. Don't worry, I'll be waiting for you when you get back.
Line up.
Line up.
Single file.
Single
Single
file.
file.
Lift.
Pick.
Pit.
Right.
Pit.
Oi.
You can go, but be back soon. You can go, but while you're working, there's place and pacing round into your home. Safe and sound, very well, but be back soon. Who could tell where danger's lurking? Do not forget this tune. Be back soon.
How could we forget? How could we? How did God play him? We love him so we'll come back home in a hurry. It's him that pays the piper. It's us that pipes his tune. So long, very well. We'll be back soon.
You can go, but be back soon. You can go, but bring back plenty of pork and handkerchiefs. And you should be clever thieves. Whip it quick and be back soon. There's a sixpence here for 20. Ain't that a lovely tune? Be back soon.
Our pockets a holder, watch of gold that chimes upon the hour. A wallet
tap. And
from the tower. We know the Bow Street runners, but they don't know this tune. So long, we'll be back soon. We must disappear. We'll be back here today. Perhaps tomorrow. We'll miss you too.
It's sad but true that pony is such sweet sorrow.
And when we're in the distance, you'll hear this whisper tune. So long, very well. We'll be back soon.
Cheerio, but be back soon. I don't know, somehow I miss ya. I love you, that's why I say cheerio. Not goodbye, don't be gone, I'll be back soon. Give me one long last look, bless you. Remember our old tune. Be back soon.
Give that back! Come on, give it back! Stop that boy! My pocket's been picked! That's the boy!
Ladies and gentlemen, brethren, citizens, I call upon our goddess of statues to give us the well-known rendition of the old school song.
come on, Nancy.
Come on,
Come on, Nancy.
Oh, Papa!
They're singing in the city, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you just exactly what you want to hear.
Oh, Papa!
Oh, Papa, oh, Papa. Oh,
Everyone knows.
They all suppose what they wanna suppose when they hear Papa. Mr. Fuzzy Snodgrass would often have the old glass, but never when he thought anybody could see. Secretly buy it and drink it on the quiet and dream it was an owl with a girl on each knee.
Oh,
Papa, oh, Papa. Now it goes. Oh, Papa, oh, Papa, where everyone knows.
What is the cause of his red shiny nose? Can it be Papa? Pretty little Sally goes walking down the alley, displaying the pretty ankles to all of the men. They can see your goddess, but not for free gratis. A ninja too, and then she knows when to say when.
Whoa,
Oh, that's how it
how it
goes.
goes.
Everyone knows.
Whether it's hidden or whether it shows, it's the same papa. She was from the country, but now she's up a gum tree. She let a fella feed her, then lead her along. What's the good of crying? She's made a better lying. She's glad to bring the coin in and join in this song.
Papa, that's how it goes.
Goes. Oh, Papa,
Everyone
everyone
knows.
knows.
She is no longer the same blushing rose ever since Papa.
Papa,
That's how it
goes.
goes. Papa, everyone knows.
Knows.
They all know what they
They
wanna know. When they hear
Bill Sight.
Strong men tremble when they hear it. They've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than they smear it. Nobody mentions my name. Rich men hold their £5 notes out. Saves me emptying their coats out. They know I could tear their throats out just to live up to my name. With me, Jenny in the hand, let me see the man who dares stop me taking what I may. He can start to say his prayers. Biceps like an iron girder, fit for doing of a murder. If I just so much as heard a bloke even whisper my name, Bill Sykes. Strong men tremble when they hear it. They've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than they smear it. Nobody mentions my name. Some tough slumming with his valet bumped into me in the alley. Now his eyes will never tally. He'd never heard of my name. One bloke he used to boast the claim he could say my name in vain. Poor bloke, shame he was so green, never was he seen again. Once bad, what's the use of turning? In hell I'll be there a burning. Meanwhile, think of what I'm earning, all on account of my name. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Bill Sykes.
Fagin!
Yeah, where's Oliver? Where's the boy? What has become of Oliver?
Got taken away in a coach.
Who coach? What coach? Where coach?
He got nabbed on the job. They took him to court. We waited outside. The old man we dipped come out of the court with Oliver and took him off in a coach.
Where to? Quick, speak!
19 Chepstow Gardens, Bloomsbury. I run all the way.
We were supposed to look after him. We were supposed to bring him back with us. We were supposed to never let him out of our sight.
Who?
One of us, Bill. A new boy. Went out on his first job today with Dodger. I'm afraid that he may say something which will get us all into trouble.
That's very likely. You're blowed upon, my friend.
And I'm afraid, you see, that if the game was up with us, it might be up with a good many more. And it would come out rather worse for you than it would for me, my dear.
Why, you old? Somebody must find out what's been done or said. We can still get him back without suspicion. We'll nab him the very moment he dares to step out of that house. Now, who's going to go?
I suppose it'll have to be me.
You shut your trap, Dodger. You've caused enough trouble. It's got to be done quiet. We don't want any fuss. The very thing Nancy, my dear, said good with the boy.
No good trying on with me.
Just what do you mean by that remark?
What I say, Bill, I'm not going. Why can't you leave the boy alone who'll do you no harm? Why can't you leave him where he is to get the chance of a decent life?
You'll get him back here, my girl, unless you want to feel my hands on your throat.
Nancy, my dear, if he talked, think what would happen to Bill. It'd be the gallows for him, Nancy, the gallows. You wouldn't let that happen, would you, my dear? Not to Bill, not to your Bill.
She'll go, Fagin.
No, she won't, Fagin.
Yes, she will, Fagin. Bullseye.
All right, Bet. Go home, there's a good girl. As long as he needs me. Oh, yes, he does need me. In spite of what you see, I'm sure that he needs me. Who else would love him still when they've been used so ill? He knows I always will, as long as he needs me. I'll miss him so much when he is gone, but when he's near me, I don't let on the way I feel inside, the love I have to hide, the hell I've got, my pride, as long as he needs me. He doesn't say the things he should, he acts the way he thinks he should, but all the same I'll play this game his way, as long as he needs me. I know where I must be, I'll cling on steadfastly, as long as he needs me, as long as life is long. I'll love him right or wrong, and somehow I'll be strong, as long as he needs me. If you are lonely, then you will know when someone needs you, you love them so. I won't betray his trust, though people say I must. I've got to stay true, just as long as he needs me.
Who will buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for a penny? Who will buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for a penny? Who will buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for
up with a ribbon and put it in a box for me, so I can see it at my leisure whenever things go wrong, and I can keep it as a treasure to last my whole life long. Who will buy this wonderful feeling? I'm so high, I swear I could fly. Me, oh my, I don't want to lose it, so what am I to do? To keep the sky so blue, there must be someone who will buy.
Come along, Dr. Grimwig. I think you'll find a great improvement in the boy.
That, sir, is for me to decide.
Thank you, Miss Bedwin.
Mr. Brownlow?
How do you feel today, my boy?
Happy somebody's there always, sir.
If you wish, dear boy, if you wish. Here's the doctor come to see you.
Well, he's certainly looking better, but you're still not sleeping well, are you?
Oh, yeah, I sleep very well, sir.
Ah, bad dreams, though, no doubt. Nightmares, eh?
No, sir, I don't have dreams.
Thought so, but you're hungry, aren't you?
No, doctor.
No, you're not hungry? Not thirsty, are you? If that boy is thirsty, I'll eat my head. Are you?
Yes, I am rather thirsty.
Just as I expected. It's very natural he should be thirsty. You may give him a little bit of tea.
Thank you, Doctor.
May I get up, sir?
They are. I think you may, and take a little fresh air. Don't keep him too warm, Mrs. Bedwin, but be careful that you don't let him be too cold. Will you have the goodness?
Certainly, Doctor.
You'll be glad to be up again, Oliver.
I wear these.
Well, you don't wear your old ones. They gone into the furnace now. Hurry now.
He's a fine-looking boy, don't you think, Grimwig?
Couldn't tell you. I only know two sorts of boys, mealy boys and beef-faced boys.
And which is Oliver?
Mealy, where does he come from?
You know, I haven't the faintest idea. He was arrested for stealing my pocket handkerchief, and when the shopkeeper told us what really happened and who was released by the magistrate, I brought him here to make what amends I could. But I must confess, I find myself strangely attached to the child.
He's deceiving you, my good friend. He has had a fever. What of that? Fevers are not particularly good people, are they? Bad people have fevers sometimes, don't they? He stole your pocket handkerchief, didn't he? Then he'll steal more, sir. What do you know of him? Nothing.
Only that he's an orphan. And yet, it's strange. There's something in that boy's face. I can't explain it. But somewhere I seem to have seen him before. Somewhere a long time ago.
Stuff and nonsense. You're imagining things.
Yes, what is it?
There's someone to see you, sir.
What does he want?
Books you ordered from the bookstore, sir.
Ah, yes, thank you. Now I've got to give you some. Hey, wait a moment. Hey, come back. Oh, really? And I particularly wish some books to be returned today.
Why not send Audible with him?
Oh, very well, my boy, very well. If you wish, you shall. Now I'll tell you what I want you to do. You will give Mr. Jessup these books and say you come to pay the £4. 10 that I owe him. Here's £5. No need to rush, but I shall expect you back in 10 minutes. It's just down the road. Yes, it's a portrait of my daughter Agnes. Yes, you take the books.
Ha! You don't really expect him to come back, do you? With a new suit of clothes on his back and a £5 note in his pocket? My dear Mr. Brownlow, if he does, I'll eat my head.
Dr. Grimwig, look at that portrait. Don't you see an extraordinary resemblance? Between Oliver and my daughter Agnes?
Can't say I do.
Well, in 10 minutes, Dr. Grimwig, when the boy returns, I think you will see.
Yes, Mr. Brownlow, 10 minutes.
Let go, where did it go?
Oliver! I found him, Oliver! My dear little brother, where have you been? We've been worried out of our heads. Thank goodness gracious heavens, I found him.
What's the matter?
Oh, he ran away 2 weeks ago from his parents who are hard-working, respectable people, and went and joined a set of thieves and bad characters. Almost broke his mother's heart.
It's not true.
The young wench? Go on, you little brute!
I'm not having him, mother or father, but orphan.
Oh, heavens, just listen to me.
Bear, tell him to let me go.
See, he knows his little sister. He can't hide that. Make him come home or he'll kill us.
What the devil's all this?
Oh, he's only playing up.
Young Oliver. Come on home to me. Come on home, you young dog. Asses. Books too. You've been stealing again, have you? He's nothing but a thief and a vagabond.
That's right, that's what he needs.
Don't belong to them. Help!
Now, you little bleeder, you're coming with us.
All right, Bill, leave him alone.
Say goodbye to your fancy living.
Leave him, Bill. We're here now.
Shut up, Bullseye.
Ah! She's come home again. Have you, Oliver, my dear?
Look at his dogs, Fagin.
He books too, quite the little, ain't he?
Delighted to see you looking so well, my dear. The Artful Dodger shall give you another seat for fear she'd spoil that Sunday one. Why didn't you write, my dear, and say you were coming? Wait, I've got something warm for you for supper.
Oh, look at this.
No. What's that? That's mine, Fagin.
No, my dear. Mine, Bill, mine. You can have the books.
That ain't mine. Mine and Nancy's, that is. I'll take the boy back again. Come on, hand over. Shut up, Buller.
But this is hardly fair, Bill. Hardly fair, is it, Nancy?
Fair or not fair, hand it over, you avaricious old skeleton. Give it here! That's for our share of the trouble. Not half enough, neither. Here, you can have the books. Start a library.
You can't keep the books or the money. They belong to Brown if he finds out you've got them. Down it after you.
So he'll be down here, will he?
Leave him alone, Bill.
What you tell him?
Nothing.
That remains to be seen. But if I found out you said anything out of place, making our way to that young scoundrel's told him everything.
Help!
Boy. Hit me, would ya?
No, leave him alone, Bill.
Stand off me, I'll split your head open.
Go on then, kill me before I lay a hand on that boy.
Keep out of this, I'm warning you.
All right, we've got him back. What's the matter with you?
Girl's gone mad, I think. Fagin now.
No, she hasn't. Fagin don't think it.
Then keep quiet, will ya? All this violence.
Tell him about us, would you?
I won't stand by and see it done, Bill.
Why, Nancy, you're wonderful tonight. Such talent. What an actress.
Am I? We'll take care I don't overdo it. Because if I do, I'm going to leave my mark on something. I don't care if I hang for it.
You? Do you know who you are and what you are?
Oh, yes, and all about that. Never tell me.
A fine one for the boy to make a friend of, you are.
Lord help me, I am. Wish I'd been struck down dead before I laid a hand and bring him back here. Because either tonight, he's a liar and a thief and all that's bad, and then I'll beat him off to death.
Come, Nancy. We must have civil words. Civil words, Bill.
Civil words, yes. You deserve them from me. I was on the streets for you when I was a child half his age, and I've been in the same trade, the same stuff for 15 years since, and don't you forget it.
So what if you have? It's your living, ain't it?
Some living, some living.
What you deserve, you get.
No getting or giving.
Must we have murders yet?
And there'll be murders, there'll be terror such as you've never seen.
Lord help me.
Watch it.
No, violence, please,
No,
no violence, please, no scenes.
Lord help me.
In life,
If you don't mind making me Satan, it's a fine life.
fine life.
My life, Satan!
You don't mind keeping the angels waiting. It's a fine life.
Fine life.
Fine! Can't better do as you're told.
Get out.
Bill has got a heart of gold.
Get out.
Better not mess with it.
On the job.
Better make the best of it.
Go.
It's a
Fine life.
Right. Take care of her, Bill. Take care of him, Dodger. And I'll take care of myself. A man's got a heart, hasn't he? Joking apart, hasn't he? And though I'd be the first one to say that I wasn't a saint, I'm finding it hard to be really as black as they paint. I'm reviewing the situation. Can the fellow be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulation. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And the wife would cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. The finger she will wag at me, the misery she will take from me, a misery she'll make from me. I think I better think it out again. A wife you can keep anyway. I'd rather sleep anyway. Left without anyone in the world, and I'm starting from now. So, how to win friends and to influence people. So, how I'm reviewing the situation. I must quickly look up everyone I know. Titled people with a station who can help me make a real impressive show. I will own a suite of claridges and run a fleet of carriages and wave at all the duchesses with friendliness as much as is befitting of my new estate. Good morrow to you, magistrate. I think I better think it out again. What happens when I'm 70? Must come a time, 70. When you're old and it's cold and who cares if you live or you die? Your one consolation's the money you may have put by. I'm reviewing the situation. I'm a bad and a bad and I shall stay. You'll be seeing no transformation. But it's wrong to be a rogue in every way. I don't want nobody hurt for me or made to do the dirt for me. This rotten life is not for me. It's getting far too hard for me. Don't want no one to rub for me. But who will find a job for me? Don't want no in between for me. But who will change the scene for me? I think I have to think it out again. Hey!
Married. And 2 weeks ago tomorrow it was done. Seems an age. I sold myself for 6 teaspoons, a pair of sugar tongs, and a small quantity of second-hand furniture. £20 cash. I was very reasonable. Cheap! Dirt cheap!
Hey, you would have then been dear at any price, and dear enough I'd pay for you. Lord above knows that. Are you going to sit there snoring all day?
I'm going to sit here as long as I think proper, madam. And although I was not snoring, I shall snore, yeep, sneeze, laugh or cry as the humour strikes me, such being my prerogative.
Your prerogative?
Why, ma'am, I said the word. The prerogative of a man is to command.
And what's the prerogative of a woman in the name of goodness?
To obey, madam. To obey. Your poor unfortunate husband should have taught you that, and then perhaps he might be alive today. And I wish he was. Oh, man.
You hard-hearted brute!
Oh, here we go. Cry away, madam. Cry away. It opens the lungs, exercises the eyes, softens the temper, and washes the face. So cry away, madam. Cry away.
Now talk about your prerogative if you dare! Shut up and take yourself away from here, unless you want to do something desperate. Well, are you going?
Certainly, madam. It's just that you were so very violent.
What's the matter?
It's old Sally, ma'am. She got something to tell you. You must be hard that she's not got long and she never quite tell you. Listen, ma'am.
You better come in. Well, what is it?
Turn her away. But it's Sal, it's your old friend.
Come on, get out of it.
Now listen to me. In this very workhouse, I once nursed a pretty young creature that I brought from the cold with her feet cut and bruised with walking. She gave birth to a boy and died. Let me think what the year again.
Never mind the year. What about her?
I robbed her, so I did. The only thing she had was around her neck and it was gold.
Gold? Go on, yes. What of it?
This is it. The locket she stole me to keep it safe and trusted me. It's my belief she came from a rich family.
The boy's name?
They call him?
Yes.
Oliver.
We must retrieve that boy, Mr. Bumble.
We must indeed, ma'am. We must indeed.
Oliver. Oliver. That was the mite with the large appetite.
Oliver. Apparently he's from a rich family.
And to think we nearly stupidly went and lost track of him.
If the truth were known, we both were delighted at seeing the back of him. Oliver. What'll he do?
We must give him his misdue.
And we'll praise
the day somebody gave us.
Let's raise the flags, coming to save us.
Cash rewards.
Lots of promotion.
Who'd have thought?
Hadn't a notion.
Praise the Lord. I understand you bring information regarding the boy Oliver Twist.
Yes, we came in answer to your advertisement.
I decided.
Yes, that's right. My dear wife decided. Bumble is my name, sir. Beadle of the workhouse where Oliver was cared for from where he was apprenticed to an undertaker. Where he escaped from.
Yes, it's very good of you to come. Now, what have you got to tell me?
This locket was given to my dear wife by the lad's dying mother shortly before she passed away. The lad's dying mother, that is, not my dear wife.
You say when he left your workhouse, he went to an undertaker's?
Yes, Mr. Sowbury, the undertaker, took Oliver from us for £3.
You mean to say you sold him like an animal?
Well, it was Mrs. Bumble who actually authorised the sale.
Really? Then I will see that neither of you is employed in a position of trust again. and your behavior, madam, was shameful. Leave my house.
Oh, how dare you speak so to me, sir? I came here to help you.
You came here in the hope of profiting from your own greed and dishonesty.
As to that, sir, if you consider that my dear wife doesn't properly own the locket.
Shut up, you old fool.
Here, £10. Take it and consider yourself fortunate that you don't find yourselves in the hands of the law. Miss Bedwin, show these ghastly people out.
Yes, sir.
We know the way out. Thank you very much.
I hope, sir, that this unfortunate little circumstance will not deprive me of my parochial office.
Indeed it will, and you may think yourself well off besides.
Well, it was all Mrs. Bumble. She would do it.
That is no excuse. You were present on the occasion when the boy was sold, and indeed are the more guilty of the two, in the eye of the law. For the law supposes that your wife acts under your direction.
Well, if the law supposes that, then the law is an ass. And if that's the eye of the law, then the Lord is a bachelor. And the worst I wish the Lord is that this eye may be opened by experience. By experience.
There's a young woman preaching for you, sir.
Miss Bedwin, take a look at this miniature. Can you see who it is?
Why is it Mrs. Agnes, sir?
Yes, my daughter Agnes. She must have found her way to the workhouse and had the child there.
If only she told us.
Miss Bedwin, who is this?
It's about the boys, sir.
Have you news of Oliver?
He's in danger and bad company. He was dragged all day sent with them books.
Who took him?
Me and someone else.
Where can I find him? Who is the other person you speak of? Take me to him.
No, I can't. I shouldn't have said that.
Now, come sit down. You want to help the boy, don't you? Why else are you here?
I do want to help, but
Then at least tell me where I can find him.
I can't, but I'll bring him to you. Not here, it's too far.
Where then?
The bridge. London Bridge. Tonight at midnight, and you've got to come alone. Promise me you'll come on your own, and I'll find a way of getting him to you. You don't believe me, do you? But if you want Oliver, then you've got to believe me.
Very well, I'll be there.
God.
Wait, has the boy been hurt? Ill-treated? If so, I shall...
I can't say...
Who is this man? Perhaps we can...
No, we can't. Whatever else I do, I won't turn on him.
I understand, my dear.
But a man who might kill you?
Yeah, but he's mine, and I'm his, and I've got to go back, and I want to go back.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.
Oh, well, Oliver, stay here. Oliver, stay around. Bill, no, save them, no.
Give me away.
Oh, not you, Bill, never you. I will let go, Bill. Look at me. Look at me. Treat him with my son. How will I act? God help me.
Close your eyes. Close your damn eyes.
I see you there! Oh my God!
What's happened here?
There's been a murder!
Do you know this woman?
I came here to meet this poor creature, and as I crossed the bridge, I saw someone running in the other direction.
It's Nancy. Somebody murdered Nancy. What did he look like?
He was a broad-shouldered, heavily built man.
Anything else?
He wore a black coat, and he carried a heavy cudgel.
Kill site.
What's going on? It's Nancy. Bill says kill Nancy.
Where
Where
will
will
he
he be? He'll be at Fagin.
Let's follow him.
Follow him.
Fagin!
What is it, Bill? What have you done?
The game's up, Fagin.
Oh no, Bill, you haven't. Look, Nancy, it can't be. Out! Out!
Fagin! Fagin! What do I do?
Live up to your name, dodge about!
Me, hat?
Where's Fagin?
I don't know. Who do you think you are laying your head? Assaulting battery? That's what it is. Waking a respectable man up in the early hours of the morning. Shame on you!
Fagin!
Psych.
He's on the roof.
Come back. I'll kill the boy.
There's the boy.
Come, Oliver. We'll take you home now.
Can somebody change? Possible. Maybe it's strange, but it's possible. Oh, my bosom companions and treasures, I've left them behind. Eternally fervent, who can tell what I may find?
Come.
Sit yourself
At home, consider yourself one of the family. We continue so strong. It's clear we're
going to get along.
Consider
yourself.
yourself swearing. Consider yourself
One of furniture
In the
in
Lord.
the Lord
to spare.
who cares what
Whatever we got, we
we
share.
share.
It's a
Ten
tenderly.
50 weeks, it's Easter
Holidays,
holiday,
empty lot of days. Why grouse? Always attempt to
make
someone to fit
for
the bill. Then the
Then
drinks
the
are on the house. Consider yourself. How mate
we don't
we
want
want to have no fuss. For our some considerations
we can
stay.
stay. Consider yourself one of us.